Hello, and welcome to the channel YouTube world. This is a kind of video that I enjoy making, but I generally don't make because I'm just not good at it. Gotta be humble and recognize what I'm not good at. That's why this is not really a review, it's a noob review. It's gonna be a brief, hopefully not overly convoluted look at my first impressions of the game. Let's just get right into it. First of all, I'm running this game on an SSD. I've got an RTX 2070 Super with an older i7 6700, not overclocked, with 16 gigabytes of RAM. And, that's pretty much it. So, it's slow at loading. On an SSD, it loads like a normal game in terms of speed. You got a bunch of planes, a bunch of handcrafted airports. When you buy the Premium Deluxe, you get 30 and 40. 30 airplanes. Premium or Deluxer, you get 25 airplanes, so 5 less, and in the Standard, you get 20. You got the world map. You can do some challenges, activities, some training. This game runs poorly. One of the first things you're going to want to do is actually go to your NVIDIA or your AMD settings and actually lock it at 30 frames. Let me show you how to do that real quick. This is actually really important. So as an example, you could go to your NVIDIA control panel. You do not need to play this game at 60 frames. You will not be able to play this game at 60 frames. 2080 Ti, i9 9900K overclocked, 32 gigs of RAM, SSD, I don't care. You ain't getting 60 frames. Get over it. 30 frames is more than enough for this game. You'll want to go to Manage 3D Settings. You'll want to go to Program Settings. You'll want to find your game in the drop-down box. Mine's already at Microsoft Flight Simulator. And right there, boom, go to max frame rate. There's a drop down, go to on, set to your frame rate. I say 30 is a really, really good number. You might say to yourself, oh, but bald pumpkin bastard, there's a frame rate limit inside the graphics settings to 60, 30, and 20. Wrong, it doesn't work. 60 will give you 20 to 40 some frames per second based on your hardware. If you lock it at 30, you'll actually get 15. Get it? And if you lock it at 20, you'll get 10. It's almost as if the VSync isn't working properly and it's set to half VSync. So that's why I'm sharing with you how to do that for the smoothest user experience that you can possibly get. So that's incredibly important. How else can you get more performance out of your computer? Go to Data. Turn off the online functionality. So Bing Data World Graphics is just that. Bring like photorealistic satellite imagery, photogrammetry, all that live real-world air traffic, live weather, multiplayer. I don't care. Turn it off if you want to run this game semi-smooth. Those are the two most important things. They really, really are. The graphics, leave it at 60, like I said, but lock it at 30 in the settings. Turn off the online functionality. Just discard. Now, let's go to General. Let's say we want it to fly and actually get into the game. Let's go to the world map here. You've got the globe. And it's pretty cool. One of the first things you want to do is maybe pick your flight conditions. I put on AI traffic, offline AI traffic, just because whatever. Preset. You could do custom if you want. I pick a preset. You could choose like broken clouds, high-level clouds. You could choose the time of day that you want. Okay? You can also do that in-game, but we'll get into that in a moment. So pick your flight conditions that you want. Go ahead and pick an airplane that you want. I'll show you all of these really quick so you get an idea there. Got the Airbus A320, the big Boeing 747. Look at their top speed there. We're going to end up going with a half-decent jet that can go about 330, maybe. Just kind of showcase the game a little bit. Plus, it goes at a decent altitude. We don't want something with too low of an altitude for what I want to do. Just showcasing the airplanes that you got there. They all feel very different. They're very, very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick an airplane. What was the one I said I was going to pick? I think it's this one here. Now, I think in the future we're going to get liveries. We all know what those are. That's like different airlines, paint jobs, and the likes. As you can see, it's just not here yet. You can go to weight and balance. Look at that. You could put weight, reduce weight of the pilot. You can give yourself more fuel. It'll weigh more. Do you want the fuel to be in balance? Like, it's just crazy, the stuff that you can do. Again, I'm not here to get into every single detail. You know, can your fuel pump fail? Can the ignition catch their fire? Can, you know, stuff catch on fire? Because, you know, that's just what we want. Now I'm going to start off in Australia, because it's Australia. It's a beautiful place. We're going to start off in Sydney, Australia. We're going to set that as our departure. And then what we're going to do... Well, first of all, we're going to have it so it's not so damn dark out. Like that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Darwin. Ooh, that place is hotter than a son of a pineapple. That made no sense, but it did to me. So we chose our plane, right? We chose our flight conditions, the time. Now let's go to fly. Let's actually get into the game. You know, like almost 7 minutes into this supposed noob review. We haven't even seen any gameplay yet. But that's why my reviews don't do good. Because the way I'm doing it is the way I would want it done if I was the watcher looking in. I would want to learn about all those little details that I just mentioned. It's not just about the pew-pew and the bang-bang and the flying and the racing and just right into the action. There's a lot of important things to mention before we just get right into the game. Don't buy this game on Steam, by the way. Steam, when you download the game, it'll chew up your refund time that you have allotted in order to be able to refund the game, get your money back. Not only that, it's an extra launcher you don't need. Now, the Microsoft Store is a crap thing. However, this game has its own launcher built in. You understand, when you buy this game on the Microsoft Store or Steam, you get a 1 gigabyte download. Once you load it, it loads the game up, and it's going to say, hey, where do you want to download this 96 gigabytes? Well, look at this. I decided to put it on my SSD. I got to make... See this here? Windows app and WP system? This is where some of my games are for Windows. It's convoluted. You can't even access them. It won't let you see what's in there. So I've got Forza Horizon 4, which is a Microsoft title, and State of Decay. And guess what? I can't access those folders. However, look at the Flight Simulator. I made my own folder, called it Flight Simulator, and that's where the entire 94 gig folder is. So if you have Steam, you got to run Steam. But if you bought it on Microsoft Store, you don't have to have any launcher. I ain't got no launcher, just straight into the game because the game is its own launcher. So I thought I would share that with you as well because that's an important piece of information, because how often are you going to hear the words, don't bother buying this on Steam, buy it on the Microsoft Store? Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't know what just happened, to be honest. I don't know why we are already in midair, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm actually really confused as to why it did that. But whatever. So, moving around, 17 frames, 20 frames. There's a lot going on down below. That's going to happen. The higher you fly up, the better. You can go up here. You can change your camera. Do you want smart cam, zoom level? I mean, you can just scroll up and down like this if you want. I usually have it at 50, the default. What else can I show you? Yeah, right while we're in the game, you can change the weather, the time, like in real time. To me, that's incredible. Do we want lightning? Good. Let's add some lightning. You don't like the broken clouds? You want scattered clouds? There you go. All in real time while you're playing. Again, the higher you go up, the better performance you're going to get because it doesn't have to render as much stuff down below, right? So even when it dips from 27, or sorry, from 30 to 27 or 24, you won't actually really notice it. You won't really feel it. It's actually pretty phenomenal. It's just one of those games where it's fairly smooth even on the lower frames per second. The graphics, the clouds, the lighting, it's quite stunning. These dips again at 12 frames are not all that uncommon when you're in the big cities like this. That's just an unfortunate reality. If you fly in a lot of other parts of the world, which I'm going to show you, you actually won't have this issue. But I was actually going to end up flying in the sky. Or sorry, I was going to end up flying, I'm looking in the sky, I'm getting distracted. I was actually going to fly in this city to show you how terrible the performance can be. Now all that stuff over there, I don't know those flashes of light if those are actual other planes. You can turn that off again. I just put it at 50 because that seems to be the base number. Though that's not what's causing the performance hiccup. You'll notice that once we fly up again, like I said, get away from the city and the buildings, everything runs a lot smoother. Turning again will cause the lag because it's looking at all those buildings. So it's kind of like a weird work around. But depending on the airport that you choose and your destination, you can actually have a much smoother gaming experience. I prefer farmlands, small cities, because you don't have to fly up too high to get a better performance. So as you can see, this is a little bit better. Anyhow, we're doing this for a few minutes. What else can I show you that you can do? You can look at your nav log if you had anything there. Travel to, you know, whatever. AI control. The camera I've already done. The map. I don't think we have a destination for some reason. According to this map, it's kind of weird. I actually don't know why we started in midair, by the way. That was actually really odd. It was very, very odd. And then this is just if you want to, you know, get rid of some stuff that you don't want to look at. So you have less clutter up here. If you're on a Xbox, I don't know how you're going to change that, to be honest. Like how you'll access this bar, because you don't have a mouse on an Xbox. So yeah, fly a bit higher. Get that little bit better performance. Don't fly in a big city. Like, this game is gorgeous. And I don't even have the extra graphics turned on. What else could we do here? When you see that, it just means it's a point of interest. You can hold the X button. It'll kind of move towards it. Notice this is a smaller part of the city. Our frames are still pretty decent, even at 25 to 27, it doesn't feel jarring. We're also flying quite fast. This is a fast airplane compared to some of the others. If I start dropping in here, I could promise you my frames are going to go down the toilet. Ooh. Now, I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. I just want to showcase a little bit of the game. Okay, so that's what happens when you crash. Let's go to main menu. And do another one. Now, this is where sometimes the game will crash, is when you go to main menu or where you go to restart. If you do a restart, it's actually quite fast. But again, I'm on an SSD, so I might be a little biased into what's fast. Keep that in mind. That was actually fairly decent. Let's do this again. But I want to do it from... Which one did I choose? Oh, I think the reason we were in midair is because I think I chose the Opera House. That's not actually an airport, I don't think. I don't know how that works. I think you actually have to choose, like, Kingsford Smith. Yeah, let's do the Kingsford Smith. I think that's what I did the last time. Yeah, see, that's an actual airport. See, when we look at it, that's why it's a point of interest. See, I'm learning as I'm going here. So we're going to do this set as a departure. And again, we're going to go all the way to... do we want to go all the way to Darwin? I mean, we'll never make it. Brisbane International? No, I want to go to Darwin. Because that path that I chose was just so nice. That's our arrival. Yeah, you know what? We're going to stick with that airplane. Yeah. And flight conditions, we're going to do clear skies is so boring. We'll do scattered clouds. Come on. Let's just fly. This one was actually a fairly smooth experience when I did this one the last time. Again, a little bit more of the showcase with the loading screen. But yeah, overall, I gotta say, you know, I like this game. Would I recommend it? It depends if you have patience. I have fairly decent patience. I am getting more enjoyment out of this game than I am frustration. And again, I paid $1. But in the next month or two, I will probably drop the $80, $90 with tax Canadian on this game. And I'll just get it, and then like 3-4 months later, when I upgrade my computer, I might be dumb enough, you know, at 50% off or something to upgrade to the Premium Deluxe if it ever goes on sale, kind of thing. Because I'd want the most that I can get, the most airplanes. I don't care about the airports being handcrafted. They're authentic aircrafts, or airports. But I've never been to them. It's not like I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I was like 4 years old when the first Flight Simulator came out in 82. And version 2 came out in 84. But yeah, this here someday, maybe now, maybe not, will be one of my main go-to games for when I stream. I swear to God, if we're in midair. Alright, there we go. This makes more sense. So inside the cockpit again. 4 frames a second. That's really good. It's always slow on the ground, remember that. In terms of the frames, it's always bad. Don't be discouraged about that. Let's change our weather again. We'll do 45% lightning. Are we ready? We are. Gonna get some decent speed. Do a liftoff at around... I was gonna say around 100, yeah. Again, if you hold X, you kinda look at the... Anyways. That point of interest. So if you can get over the initial crud, depending on the airport that you leave from, I think people will have a lot of fun if they have a decent computer. I think this was the path I took the last time. You know, the more I think about it, I don't think this was it. I don't remember having this big of a city here. I must have taken another way, but you know what? Doesn't really matter. Now that we're in the sky, we're getting some decent altitude. It's making a big difference on the performance. There we go, 4,000. So yeah, like I said, this may or may not be for you. It's kind of hard to recommend, but it's been 23 minutes. I don't want to make this too much longer. I just wanted to cover a few important points about the lock in the frames and all that kind of stuff, and the Steam refund, and how I don't think it's worth buying on Steam for the reasons I've mentioned. Once you fly up, you want higher frames per second. Go up higher with your altitude. They go hand in hand. The higher the altitude, the higher the frames per second, because less is being rendered. As you could tell, this is a much smoother flight now that we're getting some decent height. Yeah, so that'll be it for me. If you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. Now make sure the next time you play the game, you're looking in there and you've got 2 people, your co-pilot, and you think you're having a good time. I'll actually grab you and I'll chuck you out. I'll just toss your ass out. And if you open up your parachute, I'll just drive through the parachute and watch you fall. Don't ask me what that was. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, boys and girls, or whatever it is you identify as. And hopefully I'll see at least some of you in the next video. Bye for now. Now for my VIP members that want to stick around for a bit, this one's for you. Let's see if I could do a barrel roll. Ooh, I can. See, when you're part of the VIP Mile High Club, you get these little perks. Okay, I think I might have overdone it there. But look at those frames, though. Pretty stable. So this is just, like I said, extra bonus footage. Inside the cockpit, depending on the airplane, I can end up enjoying it. The engine's quieter. All of a sudden, see? My co-pilot's gone. I told you. If you don't like that video, you're gone. You're out of there. Hear all the little rattles and stuff, and like, it's just so cool. It's pretty sweet, and then you can like zoom in a bit like that, and anyhow, you get the idea. Yeah, you can zoom right into that. It's probably safer for me to fly this way. Look at that, eh? With all those clouds. You know what? Let's try nighttime a little bit. Because you get the lights and all that, eh? Ain't that a thing of beauty? Gorgeous, mate. That was horrible and cringy, but I had to do it. Because I'm in Australia. Wow, eh? Now let's add a little bit of rain. %. It's rain. There we go. Do we still have thunder? Because I keep changing it. Oh yeah, the lightning, sorry. Like, look at that. That is just wild. Wow. Like I said, overall, I am having a blast. This is fun. Like, woo. Maintain 250. I'll maintain whatever speed I want. Don't you worry about me. Oh man, this is so much fun. A little dark, little wee bit on the dark side. We'll kind of do it like that with the rain and the lightning. There we go. And when you play around with the settings a lot, that can happen. Oh, that was a nasty lag spike, but at least we didn't crash. That's the most important thing. I'm actually going to see if I can maybe land the plane. Let's see if we can land it. It's not going to be a picnic. Somewhere in the grass always seems like a good idea. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go. Very rough. But we did it. Kinda. That was pretty sweet. Why are we going backwards? I don't want to go backwards. That was awesome. Again, those bright dots in the sky, I think those are other airplanes. But isn't that incredible? Like, wow. Okay. Could I maybe do one more? Let's go to the main menu. Hopefully it doesn't crash. I want to try a slower airplane. Just for a minute. Let's grab a, excuse me, slower airplane. Diamond. I just like the sound of that. Diamond. Again, no liveries. Flight conditions. We'll leave them the way they are. But this time, where should I... Where should I go? I was thinking New Zealand. Cape Town. Look at that, eh? How you can zoom in. God, my throat's driving me nuts. Sorry, I'm struggling here to find one more spot I wanna do. Well, let's change the time of day. There was a spot around here that was actually kind of nice. Flying over the Amazon. Right about here. And that'll be our departure. See, custom arrival. We'll go all the way to, oh, it doesn't even really matter where we choose. Because I think it's a smaller airport. So what's going to happen is just the overall experience should be smoother right from the get-go if I chose the right airport. I may not have chosen the right airport. So glad I put this game on an SSD. I would be so angry if I was playing this on a Xbox Or a standard hard drive. That would really suck. This day has gone by really fast and I haven't played anything else other than this game today. I spent the first 5 hours tinkering around with settings. It was terrible. Wasn't really able to just kind of relax and enjoy the game. But I am now, and that's what matters. Can you believe the load times on an SSD? It is by far the slowest loading game I've ever played. Up to 5 minutes on a standard mechanical drive is insane. Come on, get us in. Or not. There we go. No, it's a big airport. Well, maybe not a big airport, but I don't think I've tried this plane yet. Sounds quiet. Yeah, I spoke too soon. Sounds like a weed whacker or a lawnmower. That's pathetic. We'll click on the restart. I'll highlight or showcase how quick that is. So long as the game doesn't crash. When you restart, it's a lot quicker. It's almost as if it's like pre-cached, you know, because you were just there sort of thing. So it's actually a good thing that that happened. Because it won't be nearly as long as what it just was a moment ago. As it's making a liar out of me. I said normally a restart is much quicker. Come on now. Yeah, see? Much better. Okay, so note to self, change the weather like before you take off. Since I'm so obsessed with my lightning. We've got that. Is it broken clouds or scattered? I don't really know the difference, to be honest with you. It seems like scattered is higher up, and broken clouds are... I don't really know, to be honest. I really don't know. Let's just do a quick takeoff from a fairly small airport. Let's see if that makes a difference. I think around 80 on this one you can start taking off. I'm not too sure. Yeah. And we have liftoff. Almost, yeah, pretty smooth right off the bat. Kinda. Yeah, it's just really nice. What happened to my lightning? Oh, I could seriously play this for hours. Like, it's just crazy. Find, like, some music to play in the background that's streamer friendly. And that might help my next videos and live streams that I make. Plus, I can quiet down the engine even more. So it's more like this, you know, like a lot quieter. See, this cockpit's not too bad. It's pretty nice. In the pit of the cock. Don't ask. Well, it's been 40 minutes. I think this is enough for my VIPs. I think you've had enough of a bonus. Ooh. Where's that lightning strike? Bam! I'm having so much fun. Oh, a little bit of a big city. We know what happens with that. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what part of the world I'm in right now. Where in the world am I? I don't remember. Don't even remember where I am in the world. See, there's traffic on the ground. There's cars driving and stuff is happening. Alright. I think I've bored people to death by now. It's deadlier than the lightning strike to the head. Alright. That's it for me. See you all. Well, no, probably not all. Hopefully some of you next time. Bye for now.